You know, I've often said, chums, I never understand this myself, that, when people leave the world of politics, they often think, don't they, that they are superstars. And for many, many years inside my studio, I've met the good and the great who've come along for big interviews and sat down and, told the world exactly how they're going to shape the world. Normally, as I've often said, politics is a one-way street, particularly in Downing Street. You tend to get the bullet rather quick. And while there's this wonderful wave of flags and everybody there to see you, all the new staff cheering you on, you tend to leave, well, most of the time, at least in disgrace. And then the next bit that you have to do is to try and find a way of, well, letting the world know it wasn't your fault, it was never your fault, and consequently, the way around this is to either become something of a media pundit, which many of the politicians do now, including hosting their own shows, or you can pick up a colossal amount of money. Well, by doing this, as ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today in a rather windy, wet United Kingdom here in the very heart of Yorkshire. I hope you're keeping well, whatever you're doing. I hope you're keeping warm, chums. Don't forget, of course, if you've got to be careful, we all have to be with the heating, think about it this way. Hot water bottle all the way. You know what I'm saying? It can do wonders if you just get yourself a small hot water bottle. And, I know it's a bit pricey putting the kettle on and all that sort of stuff, but at least it does keep you warm. I'm not giving you advice here. I'm just saying I get sick to the back teeth because it doesn't matter what you do, does it? Your bills just keep going up. And suddenly, you feel like you're living in an igloo. And I love the way these sort of energy companies keep telling me, let us know how we're doing. Terrible is the word, but you can't find that one, can you? It's smiley faces all the way. No smiley faces. Here's a tenuous link, chums, with this particular story over at the book company Pan Macmillan. Now, Pan Macmillan are a huge book company, and they thought they got a huge mega star by signing this former person. That's right. Well, how can we put this? What do they call him? Is it the First Lady or something like that in Scotland? The First Minister of Scotland, Nicola Sturgeon. Now, rather unkindly, many people have said Nicola Sturgeon reminds them of this comedy act. That's right, the brilliant Crankies. Jeanette Cranky, cracking comedy duo, and still cranking it out, pardon the pun. Here's where it gets interesting though, because Nicola recently was trying to sell out the South Bank Centre, where you picked up her book, right? And you got to ask her questions and all that sort of stuff. Didn't particularly go well, not many takers for Nicola Sturgeon. But pity the Pan Macmillan publisher. You see, they paid out over 300,000 plus to sign Nicola for her memoirs. And remember, she would have had a particularly good story, meetings with the Queen, all the major leaders, really powerful stuff. And more importantly, big friends with none other than the now drastically cut down Lorraine Kelly. Lorraine could always be advised and guided upon to give Nicola a very easy ride for another interview. Well, how did it come round? Well, since the book been published, and this is where it gets a little bit distant, but it's interesting to learn these facts. As I say, over £300,000, plus, of course, expenses, plus design, plus marketing. You see where this is going. How many have they allegedly sold? Allegedly, around about 18,000. If you do the maths and you take away the percentage and the bookstores and the deals and all of the contra deals and the fact that in my local bookstore in Victoria, in London, they had a sticker on it, right? And I kid you not, I wish I'd taken the picture. They had a sticker on it basically saying, get this half price and pick another book from the suggested rack. Basically, you couldn't give it away. So I'm not having a go because I've met the woman, interviewed her. We'll just leave it there. As all politicians, they really feel that they have a story to tell. Boris Johnson's book did well because he had a story and he had been, of course, the former British Prime Minister. David Cameron, not as well, simply because, in my opinion, the book's too heavy. You see what I'm saying, chums? It has to be accessible, soft, easy to read, big print. We all like it to be easy and simple. Nicola could be in all of those categories, but sadly the story failed to connect with many people. And the idea now is to trim the book down, come up with some more revelations ahead of the paperback release next spring. But one gets the feeling that, of course, the former First Minister of Scotland, could be looking at the same problems. And according to a source, Nicola was hoping to then pen her own parliamentary thriller. I think she's just done it. The thing is, nobody wanted it. Neil Sean in the very heart of Yorkshire.